All right, folks, we're just getting started here, picking up some pucks, getting ready for the CCHA versus STMA. Just gathering stuff up here. We'll be back here in just a couple seconds. We're going to do 15 minutes periods here. We're going to go for an hour and a half tonight, I think, is kind of the goal. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Looks like it's going to be Reichert, Christensen, and Hagen up front here. Reichert's going to take the face off. Got Armentrout and Davis in back. Face off comes out, goes to Hagen. Hagen loses it, comes up to Christensen. Davis throws it back in. Davis alongside the boards with Christensen right now. Comes out, goes deep into the St. Michael's area. Comes back up to the corner. Christensen has it. Bounces it off an SMTA guy. Goes to the net. Oh, nice job by Hagen. Try to scoop it in. Can't. Christensen has it right now. Armentrout keeps it back into the zone. Comes out to the point. Nice block by Davis. Davis didn't keep it in. Good Christensen. Christensen comes. And the puck will come all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. Puck will come all the way down to the left of the SMTA goalie. Johnson takes a face off, comes out of the zone. Ide's back for it right now. Ide brings it back into the corner, loses his handle on it. Johnson back in to help him out. Comes out right out front, nice shot. Mila tonight. Mila covers that puck. Nice job. Puck will come out to the left of Lila. Glove side. Johnson will take it. Gets it over to Ide. Ide has it alongside the boards. Comes up to the point for STMA. SMTA, excuse me. Stefan brings it all the way down. Gets it into the corner. Got Johnson and up front. Comes up to the corner for a shot. Nice glove save by SMTA goalie. Into the corner with it is Erickson. Erickson comes out with it. Can't get it out in front of the net. Stefan gets it to Ide. Ide back to Stefan. Stefan has it in the corner. He needs some help. Erickson's coming in. Goes back behind the net. Johnson's back behind the net. Gets it up to shot. Nice save. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson gets it to Stefan. Stefan puts one on, but it gets thrown back behind the net. Lorenzen is on the ice now. Puck comes out to Stefan. Stefan circles back in. Tries to shove it into the zone. Loses control of it. Puck comes out to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer throws it up. Got Heinart, Swarthout, and Lorenzen up front. Davis and Swarthout, or Schwartzbell out back. Take that back. That's Armentrout out back. I'm going to take the face off. We're going to get a change here. Might be an off-guard thing. Heinert gets it over to Davis. Davis throws it back behind the net to Swarthout. Swarthout tries to get it up outside of the zone. Can't. Shot. It's blocked by Davis. Davis takes it, throws it to Swarthout again. Swarthout shovels up to Heinert. Heinert has Lorenzen off to his left. Heinert carries it into the zone. Spent in the corner. Gets checked. Swarthout in to help him out. Puck comes out, saved by Davis. Swarthout has it out in front. Tries to get it to Heinert. Puck comes out to... Nice job by Swarthout trying to get a shot on net. That was a pass from Lorenzen. Puck comes out to Lorenzen. Shot goes wide of the net. Swarthout there with it. Throws it back to Heinert. Heinert gets it back to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back into Heinert. Alongside the boards. Trying to come out. Armentrout comes along, sends it across to Davis. Davis a shot. Oh my gosh. Heinert is right there to get it in. Davis gets it out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back in deep to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has it back behind the boards, comes out to Davis. Davis a shot. Glove save. And goal. Looks like Heinert was able to trip Davis's shot in. With 11 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first period. CCHA up 1-0. It's going to be Riker, Christensen, and Hagen line out. Puck comes out. SMGA has it. Sends it deep into the zone. Christensen has it back behind the net. Sorry, that's Schwartzbell. Puck comes out. Glove save by Lila. He freezes the puck. The shot is going to be to the right of Lila. Right can take the face off. Hagen's off to his left. Shot blocked by Schwartzbell off his stick. Riker sends it up to Hagen. Hagen gets an offsides call. We're going to the far dot here. Hagen, Christensen, and Riker up front. Schwartzbell out back. Riker gets it back to Hagen. Puck comes in. Schwartzbell takes a shot. Tries to get it over to Riker. Riker has it in the corner. Throws it out front. Tries to. Bounces out the side of the net. Comes out to SMTA. Right back to break it up along with Riker. Schwartzbell. Puck comes across the crease. Back to the corner. Riker sends it up to Hagen. Hagen can't get a stick on it. Comes back out. Hyde's picking it up, bringing it up the ice now. Back to Christensen. Christensen throws it in. Comes right back out again. Hyde chasing after it now. Hyde throws it up to Christensen. He touches it with his glove, but can't get it. Hagen testing after it. Christensen and Hagen alongside the boards. Hagen throws it out front. Riker can't get a stick on it. Puck comes over into the corner for SMTA. Davis checks that puck, keeps it in the zone only temporarily. Armentrout back for it now, along with Riker. Riker throws it alongside the board to Sestefant. Sestefant has it out. Sends it up to Johnson. Johnson deflects that puck into the corner. He's chasing after it. Comes back to Erickson. Erickson throws it up to Davis. Davis back to Erickson. Erickson brings it down into the corner, gets checked. Back to Johnson. And it looks like we're going to get an icing call. 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Oh, sorry, that's a goal, guys. Sorry. I think that was Erickson who was able to shove that in. Erickson or Johnson was able to shove that in. Score is CCHA 2, SMTA 0. Johnson will take the face off. Comes back to Armentrout, back to Johnson. Johnson carries it in. Shot on net. It's deflected. Sets the font in the corner with it. Gets it up to Davis. Davis pulls it back. Sends it to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Setsafont. Setsafont's shot goes over the net. Comes back to Erickson. Erickson throws it back to Johnson. Johnson has it in the corner. Erickson will help him out. SMTA comes out with it. Davis blocks it, sends it in, goes over the net. Johnson smacks at it, tries to get in the net, comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it over to Davis. Davis sends it down in the corner. Johnson has it now. Gets puck sucked away from him. He's got it in the corner. Side up. Sets the font in to help him out. Comes out. Sets the font has it. He doubles back. Sends it to Armentrout. Back to Sets the font. Sets the font has it in the corner. Looking for Armentrout. Jumps off the stick. Comes out. SMTA skater. Blocks it off the stick. Erickson throws it out in front. Johnson can't get a stick on it. Davis is right there, though. He throws it back into the corner. We're in for a line change. Smith out in after it. Over skates it. There's Lorenzen in for it. Lorenzen throws it out front. Nope, that's Swarthout that throws it out front. Comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Heinert. Heinert in the corner with it. He loses it. Comes out to Ide. Ide throws it up to Heinert. Heinert takes a shot. Excuse me, that was Lorenzen takes a shot. Goes wide to Heinert. Comes back to SMTA. SMTA gets it out of the zone. Swarthout chasing after it right now. And that's going to be an icing call on SMTA. Puck will come all the way right back down to the left of the SMTA goalie. 6 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the first period of the scrimmage. Heiner will take the face off. He's got Swarthout to his right. Lorenzen to his left. Hyde and Sportsbow back. Up comes to Swarthout. Oh, nice shot by Heinrich. Off the face-off, goes to Swarthout, and Swarthout sends it back to Heinert, and Heinert one-times it into the upper left-hand corner of the SMTA goalie. Score is now 3-0 CCHA. Riker takes the face off, gets it to Christensen. Christensen sends it up the boards. SMTA controls. Comes out, goes back to Christensen. Christensen throws it back behind the net. Hagen in for it right now. Comes out, center ice. Comes up to Reichert. Reichert has it back behind the net. He sends it. STMA sends it around back. Comes up to the point. Comes back to Hagen. We're going to get a hand pass there. The puck will be brought out outside of the zone. Get a line change here. It looks like Erickson, Johnson, and Setsafont up front with Armentrout and Davis in back. Puck comes back to Davis. Davis sends it cross-ice to Armentrout. Armentrout picks it up, sends it into the corner. Erickson chasing after it, along with Hagen. Johnson and Erickson with it. SMTA comes away with it. Sends it along the boards. It's blocked. Erickson picks it up. Sends it over to Davis. Davis has it alongside. They throw it out. It gets blocked by the SMTA player. Play comes up. Nice job by Erickson to block that. Pop gets it back into the zone. SMTA has it back behind the net. Stops short. Pulls it back up. Comes out. Erickson out front. Armitage deflects that puck, gets it in the zone temporarily. Puck flutters, Johnson slaps at it, gets it into the zone. SMTA controls. A little bit of a line change here. Sets a front shot on point, but goes right. Armitrout's able to keep it in. Blocked by SMTA. Armitrout sends it into the corner. Puck comes down for Lorenzen. Back up to Swarthout. Swarthout has it. Shot. Saved by SMTA. Lorenzen has it back behind the net. Comes back. Shot. Saved by SMTA. Armitrout throws that back out. Swarthout has it in the corner. Sends it back to Armitrout. Armitrout sends it back in deep to Heinert. Heinert has it. Sends it back to SMTA comes out. Armitrout, Davis defending. Davis chasing after right now. He has it back behind the net. Throws it along the boards to Swarthout. Stays in. Armitrout is able to deflect it and save it. Tries to get out of the zone. Can't. Shot. Nice save. Saved by Lila. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the first period. CCHA up 3. SMTA up. SMTA 0. All right, Raker takes the face off. Comes out. Puck comes alongside the lines. Nice job by Hagen. Raker backs it up. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen and Christensen are there. Hagen tries to get it to Reichert. Reichert shoots it back, gets it on point, but nice save by the SMTA goalie. Up to the corner, comes out to SMTA. Reichert gets it to Ide. Ide loses the puck, gets it out. Swartbow will pick it up. Gets it up to Reichert at center ice. Reichert will carry it in. Reichert's got it, brings it in the corner, nice save. A nice shot over to Christensen. Christensen has it in the corner over to Reichert. Reichert sends it back to Christensen. Back to Reichert. Reichert sends it up to the point. Swartzbow loses it. Comes out of the zone, back to Swartzbow. Swartzbow throws it up to Hagen. Comes back to Ide, is just able to keep it in the zone. Throws one on net. Easy save by the SMTA goalie. They're coming up. We're having a line change here. Baker chasing after it along with Ide. Ide's got it back behind the boards. Throws it up to Sestefant. Sestefant doubles back. Shot. Back to Sestefant. Not, I believe it's Hagen. Hagen tries to get it up to Christensen. Erickson in with it now. Shot, goal! Jeff backhands it to himself, puts it on his tip, and shovels it into the far side of the SMTA goal. Nice job. Score is 4-0 CCHA. Minute and 53 seconds left. Puck comes back to Armitrout. Armitrout sends it over to Davis. Johnson, Erickson, and Setsafon up front. Out to Erickson. Erickson gets it over to Johnson. Puck comes out. Davis challenges. Jumps his skate. Comes out of the zone. We're going to get an offsides call on CCHA. All right, Johnson's going to take the face off. He's going to set Stefan to his right, Erickson to his left. Armor Trout out back, along with Davis. That comes all the way down. It got tipped, so there's no. Stefan chasing after it now. Stefan has it, tries to get alongside the boards. SMTA blocks that. Erickson with it now. Gets it alongside the boards. Stefan carries it back up. Doubles back. Gets picked up by Johnson. Johnson has it. Shot. Goal! Johnson has a nice goal there. A little snapshot from the wrist. And we're 5-0 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left here in the first period. Heiner takes the face off. He's got Lorenzen and Swarthout up front. Back is Schwartzbow and Ide. An offsides call here. Heiner to take the face off. Gets it up the boards. Comes out to SMTA. Swarthout chasing after it. Comes up the side. We're going to get an offsides call if we go in. But Heiner keeps it back. Sends it back to Ide. Ide over to Armentrout, to Swartbow. Swartbow sends it back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen carries it in. He tries to hit Swartbow. He can't. Einart coming out, gets out of the zone. Ide has it now. Just over the blue line, sends it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to Heiner. Heiner loses it. Back to SMTA. Back to Ide. Ide comes in, loses control of the puck. It's in the corner. Heiner there to help deflect it, but it comes back out to Schwartzbow. Schwartzbow circles around, and that is the end of the first period. All right, folks, score is 5-0 CCHA. We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, here we go for period number 2. Looks like the Reicherhagen and Christensen line out. Reicher gets face off. Hagen goes deep into the SMTA zone. So helped out with Christensen. Davis and Armentrout at back, but Davis is able to keep it in the zone. Comes back to the point for Armentrout. Armentrout's shot goes wide of the net. Hagen throws it back in deep. Christensen there with it. Throws it alongside the board to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back in to a pile of SMTA players, but is able to keep it in. Christensen has it right now. Sends it to Reicher. Reicher tries to get the shot. It's saved by the SMTA goalie. As it gets checked from behind, they call. Arbitrate breaks up the play, and it goes into the SMTA bench. So we're going to get a face-off here with 13 minutes and 58 seconds left here. We'll get a line change. It's like Johnson who takes the face-off with Stefan to his right, Erickson to his left. Hyde and Schwartzbauer at back, plays to Hyde. Hyde has some help. And Johnson has it back behind the net, gets it to Hyde. Hyde throws it alongside the boards for Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer gets it up to Setspon. Setspon got a little bit of wake-up. Can't get the shot off cleanly, goes wide of the net. Erickson chips it up into the SMTA goalie, who saves that puck. He's going to get a face-off to the right of SMTA. SMTA controls coming out of their zone. Comes back to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer over to Hyde. Hyde over to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer carried up. Loses the puck, gets it to Erickson. Erickson throws it up to Setsafot. Setsafot throws it in. On net. Erickson tries to get it, can't get the rebound. Puck comes back into the corner. Back out to Erickson. Erickson spits it to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer's shot goes over the net. Comes back to Setsafot. Setsafot gets lit up there. Erickson tries to deflect that puck out front. Can't. That comes out to Hyde. Back to SMTA. SMTA carries it down. Gets to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer doubles back. Gets blocked. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen and Heiner. Hyde and Schwartzbauer out back. Schwartzbauer up front as well. That comes up. Gets blocked. Picked up by SMTA. Nice save by Lila. Off the netting in the back. And we're going to get a face-off. 12 minutes and 1 second left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 5, SMTA 0. Davis and Armitrout came out. So you got Lorenzen, Swarth out up front along with Heiner. Heiner takes the face off. Puck comes out. Goes back to Armitrout. Armitrout bounces it out to Swarth out. Swarth out jumps it out to Heiner. Heiner loses control of the puck. Fighting for it though. Comes back. Swarth out or Armitrout gets it to Davis. Davis up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen throws it into the zone. Only temporarily though. SMTA brings it back out and dumps into the CCHA zone. Saved by Lila. Gets it to Davis. Davis to Swarth out. Swarth out throws it up to Lorenzen. Back to Heiner. Heiner comes in. Shot. Oh, nice. Scrum out front. No one there. Armitrout steps up. Can't get to it in time. SMTA pulls the puck back. Gets it out of the zone. Armitrout controls at center ice. Gets it to Davis. Davis sends it across ice. Back to Reichert. Reichert tries to shovel it up to Hagen. Comes back. Armitrout takes it. Sends it over to Reichert. Reichert tries to deflect it up to Hagen. Gets picked up by SMTA and sent back deep in zone. That comes out. Reichert breaks it up. Reichert comes away with it. SMTA sweep checks that away from Reichert. Now to Christensen. Now to Hagen. Hagen's shot goes wide of the net. Comes up to the point for Ide. Ide right with it alongside the boards right now. Christensen comes away with it. Takes a shot. Goal! Christensen through the 5-hole with 10 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 6, SMTA 0. Like to take the face off, Hagen to his right, Christensen to his left. Christensen comes away with it, goes back behind the net with it, throws it out front. Reichert's right there, can't get a stick on it. That comes out to Ide. Ide goes back behind the net with it along with Christensen. That comes out. Reichert's able to keep it in. Gets a little help from Hagen. Hagen loses it at the point. Past Ide. Nice job by Christensen to short bow in order to keep it up. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert throws it on net and glove save by the SMTA goalie. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second period. Score is 6-0. Line change here. It'll be Johnson, Erickson, and Sestafant. Erickson to his left. Sestafant to his right. Johnson takes the face off. Gets it into the corner. Over to Sestafant. Sestafant sends it back to Davis at the point. Davis sends it back to Sestafant. Erickson in to help out. Comes back to Davis. Erickson able to keep it in. He and Davis, but we're going to get an outside spot. Eight minutes and 54 seconds left here in the first period. Johnson will take the face off at the near dot. SMTA wins the face off. Comes back. Over to Erickson. Erickson throws it back in the corner to Sestafant. Sestafant sends it up to Davis. Davis back to Sestafant. Sestafant throws it out front. Brings it back to Johnson. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout throws it on net. I think we've got a read on it. Bounces out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it over to Davis. Davis takes a check. And I think we might have a offside call. All right. I never take the face off. Short bow to his left. Lorenzen to his right. Swarthout comes out with it. Swarthout has it. Hands on the shot. Brings it back behind the net. Gets it to Heiner. Heiner back to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it out of the zone. Sends it over to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau will carry it in. His shot on point. Schwartzbau back behind the net with it now. Shot by Schwartzbau. Gets deflected in the corner. Lorenzen sends it back to Ide. Jumps back of Ide. Nice save by Leo. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the first period. Score is CCHA 6, SMTA 0. Reichert will take the face off. Looks like it'll be Armentrout and Davis in back. That comes out to Hagen. Hagen sends it up to Christensen. Christensen sends it off. Nice save by the SMTA goalie. Like it was right there. Any feedback from the goalie, but nothing happened. Quick gets face off, comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it to Christensen. Christensen. Armentrout. Oh, nice job. Nice feed from Christensen to Armentrout. Nice goal. Score 7-0. With 7 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the second period. Riker gets the face off. Takes the puck. Tries to split the SMTA players. Puck goes to Hagen. Hagen throws it up to Davis. Davis over to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot goes wide of the net. Riker right there. Tries to send it back around. It's blocked. He's back behind the net with it. Comes out. SMTA on control. Up comes cross ice. All the way down. Nice save by Leo. The neck got knocked off its mooring, so they readjust that. The line change here. Puck goes into the corner for Ide. Ide throws it around the boards to Erickson. Erickson tries to get it out front, gets it to Johnson. Puck gets broken up by Johnson. Sends it back to Setsafot. Setsafot brings the puck up the ice, brings it into the zone, down into the corner, throws it alongside the board, gets it to Johnson. Johnson throws it out front, moves home. Erickson has it now. Shoots it in the zone, gets deflected, comes down low, over the point for Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau gets back to Ide. Ide doubles back, loses control of the puck. SMTL carry it out of the zone, flutters it in on point, and Leroy's going to cover. 5 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the second period. Score 7-0. CCHA. Heiner will take the face off. Davis and Armentrout will stay out back, but Heiner's going to be accompanied by Lorenzen and Schwartzbau. Nice pass by Schwartzbau to Heiner. Heiner to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's shot is saved by the SMTA goal. Face off will be the left of SMTA. Heiner takes face off. Schwartzbau comes away with it. He gets tripped as he gets deflected. Davis chasing after it. He deflects it over to the boards. Armentrout back after it. Puck comes out to Heiner. Heiner sends it deep into the zone on point. He deflects it into the SMTA. Schwartzbau's right there to get it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's shot goes wide of the net. Back to Heiner, back to Lorenzen. Schwartzbau backhands it, but glove save right in front of the net. Getting a little feisty down in the end. No saves. Line shift here. All right, puck came all the way down, not quite sure why. Oh, there's a penalty, that's why. Not sure who's in the box. It might be for a little extracurricular activity, I'll think of that. Christensen takes the face off. Back behind the net. Hyde gets it up to Hagen. And Leela does a nice job of keeping that puck out of the net. Oh, it's a double minor. Must be for roughing against Heiner. Puck comes out. Goes to Ide. Ide's got it back behind the net. He's fighting. Christensen goes to help out. Christensen comes away with it. He's going to bring it down. He's got Hagen off to his left. Skates it into the zone. Tries to get it around the SMTA player. Can't. SMTA controls. Christensen deflects that puck. Keeps it in the zone. Tries to shovel it in deep. But it just floats into the corner. But he's in after it. Comes away with it. Nice backhanded goal. Oh, by Christensen. Shorthanded goal with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the second period. Record Erickson out front. Got Davis and Armentrout out back. Up comes the Armentrout. He keeps it out of the zone. Sends it back into SMTA. Almost gets to Erickson. Comes up alongside the boards. Armentrout able to keep it out of the zone. Erickson moves back up. Up comes alongside the boards. Davis has it now. He gets it back out again. Riker chasing after it. Comes back out to center ice. Erickson breaks it up along with Armentrout. Comes back alongside the boards. Erickson there. Riker breaks it up. Gets to Erickson. Erickson is able to get it around. Riker gets around one player. He takes a shot. Nice save by SMTA. Comes out. Sets a font there. Sets a font shot. Goal. All right, we got 2 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the second period. Johnson take the face off. Sets the puck off to his left. Swartz going back along with Ide. Puck comes in. Puck comes all the way down. No icing. Ide's back after it. Oh, there is icing. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the second period. A minute and 24 seconds left in the power play for SMTA. Johnson takes the face off. Has the back behind the net. Skates back along, still has it. SMTA gets away from him. Tries to throw it up the boards, but Johnson holds it back in. SMTA comes away. The double back behind the net. Johnson harassing him. Puts it up along the corner. That comes out to center ice. Ide breaks that up. Swift out, back behind the net with it now. Coming up alongside the boards. He's got Swift out off to his left. Makes a shot, gets deflected over into the corner. SMTA picks it back up, brings it all the way down. Hides back along with Setsafont. Setsafont picks it up, gets it up to Sportsball. Sportsball carries it in, takes a long shot and glove saved by the SMTA goalie. It's like Lorenzen, Davis, and Swarthout. Lorenzen and Swarthout will be up front. Davis and Armitrout out back. Swarthout to take the face off. Puck comes back to Armitrout. Armitrout sends it back into the corner to Johnson. Excuse me, to Lorenzen. Comes out to the point, and they'll come all the way down. Davis chasing after it. Both teams at full strength. Puck comes up. Heinert picks it up, sends it up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen sends it back to Swarthout. Armitrout poke checks that away. Picks it back up again. Shot on net. Nice save. Swarthout goes to his knees, comes back to Armitrout. Armitrout throws it back right front. Swarthout in the corner with it right now. Sends it back. Deflected. Armitrout throws a shot on net. And that is the end of the second period, folks. Score here is CCHA 9, SMTA 0. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, here we go for the third period. Breaker Christensen and Hagen to take out front. Sextot is out back, along with Ide. Up comes out, goes all the way down to the corner for Sextot. Sextot has it back behind the net. Comes out. Deflected by Christensen, back over the net. Sextot has it, throws it alongside the boards. Broken up by Reichert. Puck will come all the way down, no icing. Called. Christensen chasing after it. Puck gets deflected. Comes out of the zone. Out there to break it up. STMA brings it in. Setsafont has it. Setsafont gets around one player, brings it into the zone. Back behind the net, sends it up to Ide. Oh! just lost it. Puck goes back behind the net since the puck was going off an line change. That is back there behind the net with it. Comes out to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau carries the puck up. Schwartzbau tries to get it over to Eriksson. Reichert sends it back into the zone, gets deflected, comes all the way back down. Nice save by Lila. He sends it to Armentrout. Armentrout to Eriksson. Eriksson moves around a couple of guys, brings it into the zone. Reichert takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Comes into the corner. Armentrout. Armentrout sends it across to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout to Eriksson. Eriksson gets it deflected over to Johnson. Johnson's got it in the corner now. Puck goes deep into the zone. Chasing after it is Johnson and Schwartzbau. Obviously had a little bit of a line change here. So our D is playing offense and our offense is playing D. Puck comes to Johnson. Back out to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau gets tripped up. STMA carries it out of the zone. Throws it all the way down. Back to Davis. Davis throws it out. Gets thrown over to Armentrout. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout double backs with it. Puck comes out to Heinert. Heinert passes that to himself, but can't control. Puck back behind the net with Heinert and Davis. Heinert gets it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau deflects it to Davis. Davis deflects it back out. Straight to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Davis. Davis back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen backs it off the back of the net. Gets it to Heinert. Overskated by Swarthout. SMTA carries it all the way into the zone. Davis chasing after him. No penalty there. Ide and Davis back behind the net with it right now. Ide comes away with it. He gets checked off with it. Gets it up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Heinert. Back to Hagen. Hagen tries to get around the STMA player. Can't. Back to Christensen. Hagen deflects that puck. Comes all the way out to Septifat. Septifat controls. Throws it back to Ide. Ide tries to get it to Hagen, overshoots him. Goes into the STMA zone. Ide able to keep it in just temporarily. Comes out to Reichert. Reichert loses it at center ice. Gets it to Christensen. Christensen loses it. It gets it back alongside the boards. Christensen gets it to Hagen. Hagen's going to take a shot up to Christensen. Nice. So that's Hagen to Christensen. 9 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the third period. Going to get a line change here. Looks like Eriksson up front. And with Johnson. Johnson takes the face off. Gets sent into the CCHA zone. Armentrout's back there. Gets it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau throws it up to Johnson. Johnson, Schwartzbau comes out to Davis. Davis takes a shot. So front. Still going. Eriksson throws it up to Davis. Davis throws it up front. No one's home. Comes out to center ice. Armentrout takes it, throws it back in. Back to Armentrout at the point. Back to Johnson in the corner. Johnson has it, throws it out front. Shot by Erickson. Goes right, deflected by the goalie. Davis throws it back alongside the boards. Puck comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout throws it across ice to Erickson. Erickson drops it for Davis. Back to Erickson. Erickson tries to get it over to Johnson. It gets deflected. Comes out to Davis. Davis throws it back into the corner. Johnson picks it up. Johnson comes out to STMA player. Schwartzbauer deflects it to Erickson. Erickson gets it to Davis. We have a line change, and we're going to go offside. Not sure how that can happen when he's in right. But still. All right, Heiner runs in and Swartz out up front. Up comes out to Ide. Ide keeps alongside the boards. Comes out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets back to Setsafon. Setsafon tries to hit Heiner at Sunrise. Just missed him. Back to Setsafon. Setsafon has it back behind the net. Doubles back. Drops it. To Ide. Ide throws it up. Heiner's got it. Gets it to Swartz or tries to. Ide picks it up. Waiting for everybody to get on sides. Dumps it into the zone. Swartz out, chases after it. Along with Heiner. Comes back behind the net. Ide picks it up. Shovels it back in for Lorenzen. Hagen on the ice now. Up in the corner. Heiner tries to get it up. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen tries to get it over to Lorenzen. Out front. Throws it out front again. Nobody home. Ide's able to keep it into the zone. This shot gets deflected. Red pass all the way down, and that is going to be icing. 6 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the third period. All right. It's going to be Reichert, Hagen, and Christensen up front. Up comes along the boards. Davis and Armentrout out back. Reichert picks it up. Has it inside the boards. Back in the corner. Still fighting for it. Puck comes out. Centers it. Davis throws it back in deep to Reichert. Reichert can control it. Bounces off his stick. Goes across to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it to Davis. Davis back to Armentrout. Back to Hagen. Hagen tries to get it over to Christensen. Can't. That comes all the way down. And it's going to be an icing call. All right, Johnson will take the face off. He's got Erickson to his right. Schwartzbauer to his, Erickson to his left. Schwartzbauer to his right. Comes out to Erickson. Erickson to Davis. Davis to Armentrout. Armentrout shot. Up front, scrum, and a goal. So 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third period. Starkman is in the net, by the way, now, not Lila. think he has been for a while. Just noticed the number change. Johnson takes control of the puck, gets it over to Sestafant. Sestafant doubles back, sends it over to Ide. Ide doubles back, sends it over to Sestafant. Sestafant gets it up to Johnson. Johnson gets checked. Spouse tries to get it over